Today's episode is going to be about some fish foods that I recommend and ones that I like to use. They're not all the same brand, but there's just different types of foods that are made specifically for certain fish, and ones that I recommend for fish keepers. And see all my baby mollies in the back, got a considerable size. These guys are eating good too. I'm actually going to feed them in a minute. But first I'm going to talk about brands. Tetra is a very big one. And I'm not going to be a jerk and bash any companies, and no, I'm not getting paid to do this or any of this junk. But Tetra, you can find like a wide variety of foods, and they're relatively cheap, and they might not be like the number one food, but from my experience, they do have some specialty foods along with their regular common foods. And because it's a cheap brand, if you look for their specialty foods, you can find some good stuff. Like this is Tetra Plus Tropical Flakes. Now, guys, if you're a fish keeper, one thing you need to realize, not all flakes are the same. Goldfish flakes are not for tropical fish. Tropical fish flakes are not for goldfish. There's a lot of different ingredients that go into each one, and different vitamins and stuff that each one needs for its own specific needs. This one is Tetra Plus. It's made with natural shrimp for flavor. This is so your fish don't really get bored of your flakes if you substitute bloodworms and maybe some Daphnia or give them vegetables and stuff like that. And Tetra Plus also has I was reading the back, it has a lot more animal protein added in from the beginning, so it has more krill and of course the shrimp and more fish meal. So for predator fish, and it also has of course the green flakes, which are vegetable flakes too. But this one has a little bit more of the really good ingredients instead of the fillers. So out of all the Tetra flakes that they have for for community, you just use in a regular community tank, I definitely recommend this one. Now I'm gonna go to my favorite stuff, the Hikari stuff. This stuff is the shit. The reason I like Hikari stuff is because it's vacuum sealed. Everything on the back of each one, guys probably can't see it, but they give you a little information on how to feed and what they're good for and everything else. I don't have the pack anymore because I had a pack of First Bites that tells you how to feed the babies and which fish you can actually feed it to the day that they're born and stuff like that. Like they said, live bears, like mollies, platies, guppies, can be fed First Bites from the very first day that they're born. So information and stuff like that is always useful. First, I'm going to talk about some regular things. Let's go with the micro wafers. The micro wafers are a very small wafer. It said on here, world's smallest wafer. It's used for just regular omnivore fish. That's fish that eat both plant and animal material, which is vegetables and meat. And this flake, it's a daily diet. It can help their form, rapid growth, all that type of good stuff. Contains spermilla, some other words I don't really know, but it has a high grade of marine vegetable protein, so that's like kelp and algae and stuff like that. A lot of crude protein and stuff. This is just a really good food. I use this on my fish, and the colors, they just seem stronger. My fish just look stronger. Their form does look better. Their colors didn't really change much. I guess because some foods like the flakes I just showed you do have proteins, natural proteins that are color enhancers. Color enhancers can be good, but look for natural protein color enhancers. The unnatural protein color enhancers can actually be harmful to your fish because it's not natural. It's not really great for their body. They'll look colorful, but they won't be as healthy. They won't have a vibrant look to your fish. So this is a very good pellet. These are micro pellets. Just bought these. I haven't really used them yet. Of course, it has the pretty much like the same type of thing as the micro wafers. You know, small pellet. It says they're good for tetras and small fish, tropical fish food, of course. And on the back, it tells you what the different granules are. You know, like crunch berries, or if you get a pack of candy, it tells you what colors, what flavor. And it says the red granules are animal origin protein. The green ones, you can't really say, but I'll read it. The green ones are plant origin nutrition, and the yellow ones are vitamins and minerals. And it said that semi-floating pellet, it's good for mid swimmers and surface feeders. It's easily digestible, which is always good because that means the water won't get as dirty. And it has a lot of unique nutrients. And it said the way that these nutrients are made, they won't be lost in the water the minute they get in the water and they get waterlogged. The food will hold the nutrients until it's actually eaten by the fish. So if your fish are slow eaters, or you know, a pellet's been sitting in there for like a minute or two, it's not going to lose its nutrition, which is awesome. Now I'm going to go into a treat that I use a lot. Hikari bloodworms. People always say bloodworms are great for fish. It's fun to watch them eat the worms. Fish love worms. Yes, they do. Now, I usually use the cubes because you can easily just cut them out and or you know, just push on the end of the cube and it drops right in the tank. Don't get your hands messy or nothing. But I try to I was a little low on money, so I got the sheets, and they come in 2 sheets like this. And I was like, oh man, sheets, this might be kind of hard to break. But these bloodworms, and for people who don't know, bloodworms aren't actually like worms that just color of blood. They're actually an insect larva. But anyway, that's besides the point. These sheets are relatively thin, so they're not hard to break. You know, you just grab them and just, you know, chip them off. And they're vacuum sealed, and they're thin enough for you to break. So if you need to save money and you want some bloodworms, you can just always buy the sheets. You don't have to go say no bloodworms today. And they have this little thing here, I forgot what it's called, you know, like the Ziploc bag thing to keep freshness. So Hikari does a very good job at not only telling you how to take care of your fish, but gives them optimal nutrition. That's why I love all these Hikari foods. I think Hikari fish food, to me, Hikari fish food is the best. That and omega-1, because of the amount of vitamins and minerals and nutrition that they have. And Tetra and Marina and other brands like that are also good. I would recommend those as well. And there's some other ones I wouldn't use, but like I said, I'm not going to bash because that's not what I'm here for. But, oops. Anyway. Another good thing about the bloodworms from this company is they're very high in protein. The worms are gut loaded with multivitamins, and they put them through a process that removes all pathogens and any kind of bacteria that would be harmful to your fish. And they're let me see what else. No bacteria, no foul odor. And they've really been like purified and filtered, so you don't get a lot of garbage in what they're eating. Like all they get is just pure protein and worms. You're not going to get like worm feces or any of that junk in there. And they also they have vitamin C in here too, which is really good for your fish. So yeah, these are foods that I highly recommend for fish keepers. Definitely go with the Hikari. Look out for Tetra. Tetra's pretty much everywhere, and they're pretty good fish food too. Your fish aren't going to die if you go for something a little cheaper. And if you look around, you can find some good stuff by Tetra. But yeah, these are the fish foods that I use the most in my community tanks. I'm probably going to make another video later on some specialty fish foods for certain fish. But right now, I'm really not going to. But these are some good foods I'd say go to the store and pick up. And they're not expensive either. This was about $6. This was about $3 or $4. This was $4. This was, I believe, $7. Like, these are relatively cheap foods, and they're very good for your fish. So I highly recommend these foods. And you got any more questions on fish nutrition, what they feed certain fish, or how often to feed, anything that has to do with feeding the fish, just leave a comment on the video and I'll get back to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Later, guys.